With so many clays out there, how are you supposed to know which one to put in your butter slime and what it's gonna be like when you do it? Hi, I'm Sasha, and I feel like we really have to get into this because I've been getting a lot of questions about what clay to use for butter slime, and it's a really complex answer. So trying to answer those questions in a comment just hasn't been working. There are a ton of different clays that you can use for what is colloquially known as butter slime. Let's break it down, and there's some clays you can't use also, but we'll talk about that in another video. So let's not worry about what we can't use. I am going to show you the different clays, and then we are going to take base slime and mix the same amount of base slime with the same amount of each clay so that I can show you what each one does and what the result is. And I'm going to use a different color for each one so that we don't get confused, and then I'll also do it with clear slime because there's been a lot of questions: white glue, clear glue, which clay, blah, 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 blah. Where do we begin? We begin with Daiso clay. This is what is known as Daiso clay because it is air dry clay that is sold at a store called Daiso Japan. It is a Japanese dollar store essentially where they sell a whole bunch of different things, not just craft items, but one of them is clay that comes in little squares and little boxes like this. This is what the clay looks like inside. You have to be really careful because they can dry out even when they're in plastic, but this is what they look like, right? And this is the slime that This is the clay that was originally used for what is the official term of butter slime, if you will. But today in 2024, a lot of people say butter slime when they really just mean clay slime. If you're talking to a really traditional slimer like myself, I won't write the term butter slime on one of my labels unless I have used Daiso in it. However, there are a gajillion different clay slimes out there and people call them butter slime, and that's fine. It's like literally not a big deal. So let's talk about all the clays that you can use to get a good butter slime or clay slime or whatever you want to call it, because they do all produce extremely different results. Like everyone's like, oh, I just want extremely different results. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. This is gonna be a bit of a series. I don't know how long this is gonna take me to get through because there's a lot going on here, right? After you put Daiso aside, the one that people hear about the most other than that is Model Magic. It comes in a bag that looks like this. It's sold pretty much everywhere. This is the one that is most readily available, right? So you can get this at Target, Walmart, Michael's, your local craft store, whatever. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it, I don't know of a place that you can't get this, right? Can it make clay slime? Yes. But does it take a little bit of work? Also, yes. And is the texture 100% different? Continually, yes. Crayola, who makes Model Magic, I just pointed to where it's not. Crayola, who makes Model Magic, also makes another clay they call air dry clay. Do not be duped by that. That is not able to be used in slime. It will break your slime. It will be unfixable. Do not get the clay that Crayola calls their air dry clay. This is an air dry clay by category, but it's called Model Magic. The one that they call air dry clay, that one is a problem. Do not do it. It is not for slimers. No, 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 no. Okay, so that's the other one. What is this? This is just a big bag without any kind of label on it. This is plasticine clay. It comes in a million different forms. You can buy it in bulk like this from some slimers or online or whatever. It used to be sold at Michael's stores pre-Atology just like this. It's the same. They just repackaged it, you know what I mean, like that. And then it's also sold in like a variety of different little packs from a bunch of different companies. But essentially, it is a very, very soft plasticine clay. I wanted to show this as an example so that you could see like how it comes. But because I only have Daiso left in yellow, I'm actually going to use the purple plasticine clay when we do the example because I want to use a different color for each one so that we don't get confused. So we're going to use yellow Daiso when we get there. We're going to use purple plasticine, and we're going to use blue Model Magic. And then the last clay that I want to talk about is called Modelite. Modelite, 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 this precious baby. Modelite is made by Crazy Art, and it used to come in amazing colors. Nowadays, it only comes in white, and you can only get it at Walmart, which is a big old bummer. I don't know why they did that. I will forever be sad, but it looks like that when it comes to you, and it, yet again, makes a completely different clay slime. So those are the clays that we are going to talk about today. There's a million other clays in the world. There's other foam clays and whatever, but these are the easiest ones for us to go through. So now we're going to take each one of these, mix it with a white glue, mix it with a clear glue, blah, 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 blah. So much to do, but she says hi.